We're looking at the latest updates on one of the most special cars we had access to last year, the $1 million Nissan GT-R50. Welcome to Sports and Touring, and today we're doing something a little different. We're looking at the latest updates on one of the most special cars we had access to last year, the $1 million Nissan GT-R50. Yes, it's no longer a concept, it's actually going into production with an ultra-limited run of just 50 cars. We've got some exclusive insights into both this week's official launch and what's under the skin of that Italdesign crafted bodywork. And as we are talking about arguably the most exclusive Japanese car of 2020, we have to give a shout out to Exclusive JDM. Exclusive JDM are an invitation-only car club that pulls together some of the rarest and best modified Japanese cars. The reason they do this is so that they can bring them to one club stand at all the major car shows so that you get to see them all together in one place. Now they've been amazing because they're offering Sports and Touring subscribers a discount on all their merchandise. 15% off for the first 5 of you that make a purchase and 10% off for everyone thereafter. So after this video, head over to their website and check them out. Links and discount codes in the description. Now, back to the GT-R50. So last year my son and I went to the Silverstone Classic and Nissan brought along both their GT-R NISMO and their GT-R50 Concept. We got to check it out inside and out, and it is really an impressive car. Now personally, I love the car, but I do know it's not to every fan's taste. But luckily, it only has to appeal to 50 people in the world. 50 people with $1 million to spare, of course. And for the wealthier car collector, this is definitely one of the rarest cars they'll ever have in their collection. Now each car will be bespoke and built by Italdesign to the exact specifications of every owner. So we're expecting the price tag to come in probably a little bit more than $1 million per car. Earlier this week was the official launch of the car, held online and virtually for obvious reasons. After the launch, I managed to catch up with Bob Leishley, Nissan's program director for GT-R, and he gave me a few insights into the car. Now this launch colour is a very, very special colour, paying homage to the 1973 Ken Mary edition of the GT-R, as shown at the Tokyo Motor Show in 1972. And for those that don't know, that particular car was called the Ken Mary edition largely because of the advertising campaign at the time, featuring a man and a woman called Ken and Mary. And that's the level of detail and thought that's going into this car. And a lot of that comes from Andrea Porter, the design lead on the GT-R50. It was his passion for Japanese cars that actually made this project happen in the first place. In fact, it was his original idea that Italdesign brought in front of Nissan, and the rest is history. Now when we met Andrea last year, the car really was just a concept car. And one of the problems with concept cars is as soon as a manufacturer gets their hands on the design, it's usually dumbed down and it turns into something completely different, and most of the time us fans end up being disappointed. That's another thing that Bob Leishley shared with me, is how happy the entire team was that they managed to keep so much of the concept in the actual production version of the car. And according to Bob, the production version is pretty much 99% the same as the original concept. So to make the concept car fully road legal, sadly we had to say goodbye to those incredible door mirrors. I love the design of those. Along with that, their headlamps had to be slightly wider at the bottom, and there had to be a few changes made to the front bumper for pedestrian safety reasons. There's also proper packaging for the number plate, and we noticed a slight surround on the rear tail lights. On the interior, again for safety reasons, it now has a somewhat customised top half of the GT-R NISMO dash, basically to house the airbag. The rest of the changes were actually improvements in aerodynamics and braking. It's got a wider front splitter, Plus, it's got the huge carbon brakes from the 2020 GT-R NISMO. In fact, the foundation of the car is based on the already impressive model year 2020 Nissan GT-R NISMO. Only the GT-R50 is tuned to 750 horsepower, 150 horsepower over the GT-R NISMO. This is only helped by the fact that both cars have engine upgrades taken straight from the GT3 race car. Now, one of the cool aspects of this car is the unique numbering scheme. They won't be numbered just from 1 to 50. As this is to celebrate 50 years of the GT-R, each car will get a number from 1969, the year the car was launched, to 2019, its 50th anniversary. So each owner gets to pick a year that means something to them, and that will be the unique number given to that car. First come, first served, of course. Now, the official launch of the car was on Wednesday, and there's only a few build slots left. So if you want this car in your collection and you happen to have a spare £1,000,000, get in touch with ITAL Design ASAP. It's so good to see a concept car finally make it into production looking so close to the original concept. It would be an absolute dream to test drive this car on the channel, and of course, you can make that happen by giving us a like, sharing this video as far and wide as possible, because the more views it gets, the better chance I'll have of ITAL Design saying, "Here, sit in the car and let's go for a drive." So that's all from me today on the GT-R50, now over to you. Leave a comment below, let me know what is your favourite feature of the GT-R50 and what would you like to see incorporated into the next generation GT-R. And if you haven't done so already, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, choose all notifications for all videos, and we'll see you next time on Sports and Touring.